Hello everybody, it's Christian.
And Sean.
We're in downtown Goldfield, Nevada. I want to show you around, both of us. Gift store in town, the Goldfield Gift Shop. Let's go on in. This place is really neat. Just changed owners though. Look at the shirts. If you don't believe in yourself, who will? I want to show you guys what Goldfield looked like. I believe this was in 1912. But look how big this is. Almost like a modern day Los Angeles. This is pre-flood and pre-fire. Look at all the buildings they lost. The fire got it, most of it. And that was caused by a still, just like on Moonshiners. As you guys can see, the Goldfield Hotel was behind us when I first started out. There's the Goldfield Hotel. So in the day, let's see when this was done. 1909. So if you see the Goldfield, which is right across from this gift shop, you would go on and on. I actually have this picture in a small print. This is the biggest one I've ever seen. I mean, look at how big this was. This would have put Virginia City to shame if this would have all still been here.
Could have as many as 12 or 15 actual.
They used to have the Goldfield Tonopah Railroad, and that's what these spikes are from, Tonopah Railroad. But it was the Tonopah Goldfield Railroad. Desert survival, are you prepared? That's good. I'd rather be ghost hunting Goldfield, Nevada. A lot of paranormal people come here.
Are they casement windows? Is that why?
Alright, this is the old mining map. I have this. I need to put it on my wall. This shows all the neighborhoods. And this is also 1909. 1 inch is 200 feet. I mean, look how big it was. Oh wow, cool. Sean says she's going to show us. Oh my gosh, the safe. Look at that.
And then look at sir.
Oh, we're getting a real treat here. Look at that. Oh my goodness.
And that was the old electrical panel.
Oh my goodness, it is. Look at that, you guys. Yes. Right on. I didn't expect
This
this.
is where the old butcher shop was. You can still smell the smoked ham.
Can you really?
100 years ago.
This is the old butcher shop from 100 years ago. Wow, I can smell it.
Isn't it amazing?
That is incredible.
Yeah.
Wow. So are you the new owner from Lisa?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
And here is a walk-in cooler.
Oh my gosh. This is, look at how wide this door is.
Yeah.
Wow, you could just smell the smoked ham.
It's amazing.
It really is amazing.
Now I'm going to blow your mind.
Really? Wow. We got a treat here. Sean does.
Now you can,
Go ahead, buddy.
you can walk everywhere, but right there. Now shine it there.
Oh my goodness. Wait a minute, was this a mine underneath here?
Well, there is, but this was where the butcher, this was like a dumbwaiter, an elevator, and it would come right down here. It looks like a mine shaft, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. It's amazing, the gears and the ropes.
Absolutely.
When I discovered this, I couldn't believe it.
Right. Lisa's never showed us this before. Never.
You know,
Oh my
I'm sure
goodness.
she would have if she taught about it.
Right. Oh, this is incredible. So you think they hung the meat here and then...
I think they carried it down there, but there was a lot of things
Oh,
going
oh, down
on
to the
here.
basement.
Yeah, in the basement. It spooked me out, so.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, there's supposed to be... Well, you've got her books here. Yeah, I've read both of
Yeah,
them.
it spooked me out.
Yeah. Wow. They actually did a live dig down there, didn't they? And the news came for some little girl?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
Very nice of you.
This is the train museum.
Look at the train museum, you
It was
guys.
donated by John and created by John and Dorothy Slicker
Really?
out of Pahrump, and they created this whole thing. And these are all the old towns.
Oh, they are like Rhyolite and
You're
everything.
welcome to come in that door over there and film it. The detail is amazing. I mean, look at this.
Look at this railroad museum.
And that's the route of the 20 mil teams up there.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, and each town will be identified by these plaques, so just make yourself at home and watch out for the cords.
Okay, thank you so very much. Really nice of you. Thanks. Okay, guys, this is where the train starts. Goes around. Goldfield, Nevada, under construction. That is neat, isn't it, Sean?
Yeah.
Lisa has never shown us that. Wow. Boy, everybody that's watching this, that's a rare treat to be able to be brought back there. We've been in the basement here. So this would be the saloon. I don't know what town this is. Yeah. Oh, this is Death Valley Junction? Oh, there's Amargosa Opera House. Yep. Yeah, look at that, you guys.
Where this museum used to be.
Oh, really?
This train lab used to be in that building.
No kidding?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that. We've been there quite a few times. Wow. Which part was it at?
It was in this section.
We've never been over there yet. We've only been here and then obviously the Opera House right there.
And the layout was a single straight line.
A straight line instead of being around like
And
this.
then when we moved it here,
Yeah?
we had to chop it up and make it fit into space.
You did a great job. Boy. Guys, if you ever seen Amargosa Opera House, look back in one of my videos. But we do a complete video where we start off here. Spooky Hollow is back here. And this is where, I can't remember her name, Margaret, what is it? I can't remember. Did all her plays right here and painted it all. Her own audience. Do you see any other towns, Sean? Death Valley Junction. I can't believe how well they did that Opera House. Yep, and this is where they would get the ore and dump it into the trains. There was one of these in Goldfield, actually, a couple.
Okay, what I was wondering about whether we're getting the feedback that some of the wires he soldered on there maybe, but I wouldn't think so.
I have never heard of Evelyn, named for the second wife of Borax Smith. Oh, the borax is what they got at Amargosa. So guys, this is all in the Nevada desert somewhere.
Shoshone, California.
Oh yeah, Shoshone, California. There's a Shoshone also here in Nevada, right by Round Mountain. Look at the people swimming. This is just really too neat. I can't believe that meat locker there.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was meat.
No.
Like, look at it.
All these years we've come here, she's never said anything. The former owner, you guys. This is a new owner. China Ranch.
So China Ranch was built by a handful of Chinamen who grew vegetables and fruits and stuff for the miners and the railroad folks.
Really?
And it became known as China Ranch because it was, the Chinese folks that had built the farm.
How neat. Gosh. So do you live out here in Goldfield? I
I-
see your tag.
Yeah, I live in Goldfield.
Oh, you do? Good.
I'm also the postmaster here.
So the basement literally spooks you out?
It totally spooks me out. I had a real unnerving experience in there, and I was down in the corner because there's a safe like the one that's up here. There's another one right under it, and I went to the right of it, and I just all of a sudden started getting really sick. Like I felt real dizzy, and the more I backed up, the better I felt. And Lisa, the prior owner, said there was a ghost down there that was a mute. And so I was like, I'll never go down there again. It was very freaky.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because
I thought it was fumes or something, but it wasn't. So.
it was just that ghost somehow
And see, that's
messing.
the original basement. Now, if you look on that vinyl poster back there,
Yeah.
it's the news building. It was 3 stories, but that's the original
Where's the,
basement.
Oh, it is.
The pointer. Oh yeah. See, he's the president of the historical
Oh, really?
society.
Oh,
So
great.
he came at a real good time.
Yes, I did.
Very
So the
good
fire
time.
of 1924, there's two, one in 23 and 24, burned down the 4-story building, which.
Can we
sat
go
here,
over
which
there?
is that one.
Oh, right there.
Yeah, you can go over there.
Yeah.
So the basement remained, of course, and then this building was built out of the old stone and rubble from the, that's the building right there.
Okay, so that's the, yeah, because there's a Goldfield
There's the
Hotel.
And this is the building that was there and burned in 24.
No kidding. And wasn't that fire started from a still?
The fire in 23 was started from a still, which was over in one of these buildings over here across from the hotel.
Okay.
And it burned up the street, burned all of this, and then burned this way. And
Oh
then
my
left this
goodness.
building and these buildings. And then in 24, I don't know where the one in 24 started, but it burned this one to the ground. Started the roof on fire on this one, but the locals were able to put it out. And I don't think it did too much else. So these buildings remain just down the street. You've seen them down the
Yeah, the Nixon building and all that.
Yeah.
Right. Wow.
And of course, the high school and the courthouse and the firehouse and everything to the east of here did not burn. So fire basically just took out everything like this.
Such a
And they have
shame.
the saloon row where all the saloons were, took out everything. The only thing that remains is that arch, that rock arch. that
Oh,
sits
that's
over there.
right, yeah.
That's the sideboard saloon. That had a 70-foot-long bar with 30 bartenders.
Oh my goodness. 30 bartenders?
The northern here is where Virgil Earp was a bouncer before he was sworn as deputy sheriff of Esmeralda County in 1905.
So
And he died here in 1905
so Virgil Earp was a bouncer at that bar.
at this bar right here. Yeah. His brother Wyatt was part owner of a saloon in Tonopah, and although we don't have any proof of it, I'm sure, and most everybody is sure that he was down to visit his brother Virgil. Who
Oh,
the two of them were pretty
absolutely.
close.
Yeah.
And so there's a darn good chance that even Wyatt Earp walked these boardwalk sidewalks. If you go over to the arch of the sideboard saloon, you can stand under the arch, and you probably are standing where Virgil and Wyatt Earp stood at one time, or at least passed through. Because I'm sure they've mingled, you know, in that particular street, which is nice.
Right.
And down below is the red light district down in this area, down south of Cook.
How really interesting. My goodness. Wasn't Virgil shot out here?
No,
He
he
wasn't.
still he had the loss of one arm as a result of the gunfight at the
Okay.
Corral in Tombstone, Arizona. He never fully recovered, so he had one lame or game arm, and that continued to his death. When he showed up in Goldfield, he still had that lame arm, and it caused a general reduction in his health. And then he caught pneumonia. He caught pneumonia, I think in the early spring, and was over it. And then in the fall, he got it again in 1905 and died. And his remains were, I think his daughter from his first marriage or somebody had his remains shipped to Oregon, so he's buried in Oregon somewhere.
Oh no. Wow.
And then, of course, Goldfield started on a downhill slide as a result of a number of different reasons. And so by 1909, 1910, it was pretty much already heading downhill and never recovered. After the fires, of course, there was not a whole lot left here.
Right. Because really, if this would have been all remaining, this would be so much more than Virginia City right now. You
It's
know?
interesting, and you know, a lot of Virginia City's gone too, but Goldfield was, I don't think Virginia City ever exceeded 20,000
Right,
people.
yeah.
Goldfield did.
Yeah.
So I always wondered what it would have been like, say around 1921 or 22, when there was like 1,000 people living here in a city built for 20,000 plus people.
No kidding.
I mean, the
Right.
place was
I never
just-
thought of that.
Just all kinds of empty and abandoned buildings.
Yeah. Never thought of
Very,
that.
Very amazing.
Right.
Now, this was taken from the roof of the four-story First National Bank building, which burned to the ground. And the vault does stick up above grade over here on the next street over. You can still see the vault. And easy way to tell is that you can look down the cellar. There's like a 1950 Buick sitting down there.
No kidding.
But,
Okay.
The only two people lost their life in that fire in 1923, and one was the custodian for the building from which this picture was taken. And he was caught in the building, and the bottom floor caught fire, and he ran up to the roof, and people could see him from the street, you know, frantically waving for help, and then the building collapsed.
Oh dear.
And another gentleman who owned I think a shoe shop somewhere up in this part of the business district, back over near somewhere, his building burned to the ground. He apparently had his life savings in gold coins in a little Dutch oven, a little cast iron oven.
Oh.
And he got out of the building just in time because the winds just blew the fire right on through. And he was standing out on the street and watching his life savings go up. He had a heart attack and died on the spot. So
Wow. What a story. My goodness.
and,
Right.
it was basically where the Old West and the New West came together.
You're absolutely right. Right.
And it was the last great hurrah. This was the end of the Western frontier. This is where the West ended the United States. Because by the time Goldfield was really on the downhill slide, 1912, 1914, of course, was the first war.
Oh yeah.
And everything, well, not for us until April of 17, but the world was changing. And there was a financial panic in 07, which caused people to not want to invest in gold mines. There was a labor strike. There was a number of things which caused people to not really want to be digging in the ground for precious metals.
Yeah.
So that was the end of it. After that, this was the end of the West right here.
It is. Yeah.
You know, all the old timers that weren't dead or too old or sick came here. They would follow the excitement, just like the Earps. They went from Arizona up to Alaska, up to the Northwest Territories, up to the Yukon and the Klondike, for the gold strikes up there in 1896, I think it was. And then 1900, see, because Nevada, after the Comstock, was basically a dead state. I mean, the economy was just going into a hole. So from like the 1880s, after the Comstock was pretty much depleted, until 1900, Nevada was losing population. There was not a whole lot going on here because mineralization was Nevada's claim to fame at the time.
Yeah.
Mining. And so the silver strike in Tonopah in 1900 was the first big strike since the Comstock, basically. And then Goldfield 1902, that brought Nevada back up to the point where they built railroads. Las Vegas became more than a wide spot in the road when it was a major stop on the Las Vegas on the Los Angeles Salt Lake Railroad, which became the I think the Union Pacific. And so Tonopah and Goldfield pulled Nevada up by its bootstraps and made it into whatever it is today.
Absolutely. Right.
So-
That's what I try to tell people.
This is the end of the Old West and the beginning of the new West.
Sure. Yep. Thoroughly agree. Thank you so very
You've been down
much.
to the Fifth Avenue, down to the Santa Fe Saloon.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's one of the railroad yards. And there were 3 other railroads that served the area: Las Vegas and Tonopah, Tonopah and Tidewater, and Tonopah and Goldfield.
Wow.
Plus, and then the Goldfield, which is what that yard is,
Yeah.
represents. Yeah, not
So just outside of town, a mile.
Yeah, it's right where the highway curves. It's past the cemetery, just past the cemetery, about a quarter of a mile. Where the highway curves, right there, right in the middle of the highway, about 800 feet down, is a huge deposit of gold. But it's taking years for the mining company to get the permits from the state and from the federal government. and all the rest of it to actually start working on it.
Because they actually got to move the highway.
Yeah,
That's
highway's
right.
got to
Yeah.
be moved a mile to the west, which is going to add a 3-mile detour in order for you to go around it and continue on north. Then they found another deposit out here, which they're also trying to get permits for to get, Nevada's pretty reasonable when it comes to
Mining,
to
right.
mining.
Yeah.
But it still takes years.
Right.
So, and gold is pretty much holding between 11 and 1300.
Mm-hmm.
And Round Mountain, when I was up there last year, I was talking to them and they said it costs them around $750 an ounce.
Yeah. Isn't that something?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And gold is what right now it's like about $1,200.
Right.
So it's worthwhile.
Right. It is.
And these people, I'm sure they penciled in what it's going to cost them, including moving the highway, and it's still going to be to their advantage to
Yeah.
to dig that hole.
I actually heard that it was almost like $1 million a mile to move that highway.
That could be.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
be.
I actually read that in the RJ a few years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But they drilled and everything and marked it, didn't
Oh yeah. They spent like 3 or 4 years drilling.
Oh, they did? I didn't know that long.
Well, they drilled all over the area, and I think they can use certain types of aerial. I don't know if they just what sort of systems they use. They can determine mineralization to a degree from an aircraft.
That's incredible.
So there's various ways to do such things, but they spent a lot of time on it.
So was that company like Barrick or Kinross? Was it one of the big ones? Or
That company has changed hands so many times, I can't even keep track.
right, because Goldfield Metallic Ventures was huge here in town.
And I think then with Chaparral, I think it's called Goldfield something today.
Yeah,
Just
it
the
is.
last
Is something
6 or
different,
7
right?
years, it's like been gone through at least 3 iterations, that I'm aware of.
Wow.
So,
And then isn't there a company? I was at the Dinky Diner. They said, what was the name of that company? Lodestar.
Lodestar, yeah, they have a small operation up here.
But they're about 250 feet deep right now, or
I think so. They're just reopening the works. They're just starting to get down and reopen some of the works up there because it's an older operation, and they're just starting to reestablish it.
good. I hope they start employing people around here in town.
Yeah, well, we'll hope so. I don't know. The problem with that is it's mining, of course, is a depletion industry. It
Absolutely.
only happens for a while.
That's right.
The real way to build the tax base around here is to develop our tourism,
Yeah.
because that is here forever.
Right.
And I'm trying to explain that to people, and
Yeah.
it's slowly sinking in, I think.
All right, everybody. There's the Goldfield Hotel right there. But what just happened in the Goldfield gift shop right there? Okay, that historian has been on like 3 times on TV trying to get it out. I mean, he's very well known in the West, and he lives here in Goldfield, Nevada. But this is where the West really stopped. This is the last great mining camp, is Goldfield, Nevada. And I want to show you guys over here. So really, if you guys come here, go to the Goldfield gift shop. Right there, that is the Nixon building right there. Oh, real quick, look at that bar there. I'm only showing it for a reason. I have a little interest in that. That's actually why I'm here this weekend. That bar right there.